Ms. Rowland, please let the record show that we have Safety Service Director, Parks, Restaurant Attendants, Economic Development Director, Dave Mealy, Parks and Rec Director, Steve Petro, and Deputy Assistant Law Director, Edmund Mack. We also have 7 members of council in attendance. Missing are Mr. Lombardi and Mr. Gray, and our President of Council, Claudette Eisnick, is also in attendance. Community Development.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. I have 4 items that fall under old business. We had a public hearing this evening at 5:30, and that addressed 3 of the ordinances, 173, 174, 175. The next public hearing is 176, which will be held on January 30th at 5:30 p.m. here in council chambers. Those 3 items that we heard this evening will be up for votes at the January 17th meeting. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Economic Development.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. There's no new pieces of legislation, but we do have Ordinance 177-2022, which is an economic development inducement grant for Grow Mental Health and Wellness. We tabled this last week until the 17th, and I believe we are going to be prepared to move this forward next Monday. So, are there any questions on this? Okay, that's it for economic development.
Health and Welfare.
I have nothing to see. Thank you.
Parks and Rec.
I have one thing I guess we need to put it on the agenda for next week. We need a new board member for Parks and Rec, and the mayor has put forth that she would like to put Alex Wood on the Parks and Rec board. So they sent his resume, there was no other ones that sent, so that's her choice. So we'll probably vote on it next week. So the board can, that's all for Parks and Rec.
Now, can we put that as committee as a whole?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Also, since I don't think we've done one of these in a while, we also in the past have requested that the person looking to be appointed to the board come to a council meeting so the council can speak to them. Because of the enormity of the responsibility of our park system. So I don't know if we can make that request as well.
Yes, and that will be a resolution on the agenda for Monday.
I also wanted to point out, I went to the new ice skating rink with my children over the weekend. We had a wonderful time, and the 2 employees that were manning the little shack thing there were fantastic. They had excellent customer service. They came out and were showing people how to skate or giving tips, and very, very well done. So we just appreciate seeing that level of customer service. So. Yeah, Mr. Smith.
Did you skate?
I did.
Very good. Right.
Thank you. All right, police and fire. You want to hear for that? All right. Public utilities.
Nothing tonight.
Rules and courts.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. I'll be handling this for Mr. Drake this evening. There's one new legislation request to authorize Parks and Recreation to apply for Legends of Massillon Restaurant and Golf Course to add a D6 liquor permit for Sunday sales of liquor not to exceed $600. This measure was approved by the Recreation Board at the December 29, 2022 meeting. Mr. Pedro is here. I guess I would ask that he come up to the microphone and talk a little bit about this request, please.
Good evening, everyone. This is an addition to what we already have. This will allow Sunday liquor and spirit sales. We get a lot of requests for parties on the weekends, and that's more or less what this is for. We'll be able to sell them to the golf course as well, but the main reason we just said we're asking to do this is for inside. We have parties and things like that. I say parties, whatever they have, whatever.
from any members of council? Thank you, Mr. Pedro.
Thank you.
I will sign this and pass this to Mrs. Harvey Smith, and we'll put this on the agenda for Monday.
Streets and highways?
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. There's nothing new from Streets and Highways tonight.
Thank you. Finance. We have one piece here. To authorize the Director of Parks and Recreation to accept a $6,600 grant from the Stark Community Foundation for AED replacements. This was already approved by the Recreation Board. I have it signed to go on the agenda for Tuesday. However, the other two members of my committee are absent this evening, so Diane, we would have to gain their verbals.
Okay.
The next piece we have here is please prepare legislation authorizing the Safety Service Director and the Mayor of the City of Massillon to enter into a contract between the City of Massillon and the Stark County Sheriff's Office for the use of the Stark County Law Enforcement Training Facility. And it looks like it's a one-year contract. Is Ms. Sylvester? Would you be the one to speak to the contract for law enforcement?
Good evening, Council. I'm sorry, Mr. Pedro asked me a question.
No problem.
That's
Is there
great.
anything you want to summarize with this agreement?
No, just to let you know that, we did go into this agreement last year as well, and it's really for our police officers to go over. They can do their firearms training and their requalification. Also, by state requirement, we have to have all of our officers have to complete the continual professional training. CPT, they have to do that annually. They can do that there as well.
And it's $25 per officer, so a little
Yes.
over $1,000.
Yes, that's correct.
Does anybody else have any questions? Okay, I'll go ahead and have to sign this as well, and we would need this to be also approved if we can.
Thank you.
The only old business I have is the business regarding the Howard's Tiger Ag building. We do not have any new information or additional information at this time. I did speak to Mr. Bailey. He is in communication with the owners of the property. However, they did not get back to him today with any kind of answers to some proposals that he put before them. So we will have to wait until he does to hear what their thoughts are on some opportunities or suggestions of how we can resolve this. With that being said, we will be up for a vote on Monday. This building does need to come down. The only thing holding it up is authorizing the spending. So I will probably put it forward for a vote on Monday. Then we can make our peace at that time, or Tuesday. From my opinion, and I've made it clear, is that if the city is paying the entire bill, then we either acquire the property or we put lien on the property for that bill. If that's the understanding, then I'm okay with appropriating the funds for the demolition due to the safety and health of our citizens. Does anybody else have any more comments tonight? Field?
Yeah, just a quick comment on that. I do believe if we do go the route of attempting to acquire the property, it looks like under the agreement, it actually has to be titled in the name of the Stark County Land Bank. So I don't think it would be the city to acquire through the program. So, I mean, the lien option is still on the table, but I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention. Dave had sent me this earlier at the end of last week, the actual agreement for it, and that was one of the provisions. So I don't know that we could use funding to purchase it unless it goes to title to the land bank, so.
Okay.